Good morning and Merry Christmas to everyone. This video is specifically being prepared for Cole and Charisma as their Christmas gift from my kitchen. And they requested my Chicken Tetrazzini recipe, which is really my mother's Chicken Tetrazzini recipe from years ago. And I do have something to show you. This is her beautiful old recipe book that she gave to me years ago for a Christmas gift by my mom, Charlene. And it was Christmas in 1989, which was Clem's and mine first Christmas together. And so what a lovely gift. All of the recipes that we loved in the family, handwritten. And here is the Chicken Tetrazzini recipe, which you can tell has been well loved. It's also written in cursive, and Cole and Charisma, this young generation, has a hard time reading cursive. So I've typed it up for them with all of my changes that I've made to the recipe, because it's totally okay to add your own flavor to what your family loves. We'll make the recipe for tonight's guest. Cole and Charisma can make this on Christmas morning. So we have 6 ounces of spaghetti broken up. You'll also need a 1/4 cup of butter, a 1/2 cup of flour, 1 cup of half and half, a 1/4 cup of sherry, which is the secret ingredient, salt and pepper, 2 3/4 cup chicken broth, fresh mushrooms, and then we use a 1/4 cup of green pepper. But today, because it's Christmas, I'm going to use red pepper and green pepper just to make it beautiful for the holiday. The other secret thing that I do, it's not secret, but different than my mom, is I add Creole seasoning for a little zip because my family likes things spicy. You don't have to do that, and you can add as much as you want or as little as you want. Also, you'll top the whole recipe with Parmesan cheese, and I purchased rotisserie chicken. My mom would boil the chicken and then use the chicken water as her chicken broth, but I like to keep it simpler and faster for me, and then I use the carcass to make bone soup, like bone broth. So here we go. So cook the pasta in boiling and salted water. And let's give that a stir. Add 2 cups of chicken. Dice a 1/4 cup of red and green pepper. Just checking to see if that's ready. It's not. Not ready. Melt butter in a pan. So we'll wait for that to melt. All right, this is done. Let's drain it. You don't want to cook this too long. You want it to just be al dente. And let's just let that sit for a few minutes. Check our butter, which is melted now. And now we can add our flour and stir it up in the pan. And it makes a little paste. And then to this, we're going to add our stock, which is, remember, 2 3/4 cup. And I add it a little at a time, and I stir it so that it doesn't get clumpy. And then I add more and more and more. Got to keep working it so it doesn't stay clumpy. All right, and then I add more. See how nice and creamy it is? Making sure that I just keep all that flour moving so it doesn't get clumpy. All right, once you've done that, you can add your cream, which is a cup of cream. And then that just needs to thicken and bubble over time. So we'll just keep stirring it and keeping sure that it doesn't burn, but it needs to thicken up. All right, so while that's working, I'm just gonna go ahead and put in our pasta that we finished right into a pan. Spread that out in the pan. And then to that, I can add the chicken right on top. I spread it out. And then to that, well, let me just check my roux. You'll feel it thicken, and eventually it will bubble. And when that's at the point, we'll know it's ready. All right, and then to our pot, we're going to add our green pepper and red pepper and our mushrooms. Really easy, right? Super easy. Isn't that yum yum? If some of them are too big, you can always break them. I just break them with my hands. Okay, checking this again. Keep that going. I did turn it down just a bit so it wouldn't get ahead of me because I like to multitask. So while that is cooking and heating, I'll go ahead and put my dishes away. Oh, I got it. All right, so while that is heating and I have a minute to not be stirring, to this I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of sherry, but not until I'm finished with the cream thickening. Let's check our roux. Ooh, it's already thickening up. Look at that. Doesn't that look yummy? It's not bubbling yet though, so it's not quite ready. Thickening. So just keep an eye on it and see how much it bubbles.
Watched pot never boils.
I don't want it to boil. I just want it to bubble. Now, do you see the bubbles? That's ready. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn this off and add my last ingredients, which is 1/4 cup of sherry, my salted pepper. Now the recipe says a teaspoon of salt and pepper, but that doesn't mean you need to put in a teaspoon of pepper. It just means you can add as much pepper as you like. It's okay to experiment. It's okay to make it yours. And pepper. And my family likes quite a bit of pepper, so I'm just going to shake it in there to what I think looks normal for us. I'm at the end. Ooh, that's not enough pepper for me. I'll need to add some more. And then I also add Creole. Now you can add it to the sauce, or you can shake it on top once you've poured the sauce in to control it more. But I've done it enough to know how much we like. And that's it. Now it's time to pour it in. Look at all this yummy lusciousness going right in. And then I take the same little pasta spoon and I just kind of smush it all around so that the sauce gets down in there and everything gets a little mixed up. Don't have to go crazy. It's already layered in there perfectly. This looks like it's really thick right now, but the mushrooms, once they cook down, they add a lot more liquid to the recipe, which is what we like. Oh, look how cute the red looks in there, Clem. Look how cute. It's Christmassy. Normally it's just green, but now we've got a little red and green. Oh, super duper. Okay, the last thing we do is shake some Parmesan cheese on there. I gave you an amount, but I just shake it on there until it's covered. That looks ready. Cook it at 350 for 30 minutes or until it's hot and bubbly. Sometimes I'll prepare it the night before. In that case, what you'll want to do is prepare it like this, put it in the refrigerator, keep it overnight, but before you cook it, go ahead and let it come to room temperature. Otherwise, it'll take forever to cook, and that isn't ideal. And you might need to leave it in a little bit longer than 30 minutes because it's not piping hot out of the pot. So just keep that in mind, Cole and Charisma, if you decide to make it ahead. Merry Christmas, Cole and Charisma.
Kelly, this is delicious.
Thank you.